Brazil's road to the 2026 World Cup has officially entered a new era, one led by none other than Carlo Ancelotti. Yes, the legendary Italian tactician, known as Don Carlo, is now shaping the Seleção in his own image. And right now, the entire Brazilian squad is training at Arsenal's Emirates Stadium in London, preparing for their crucial November international window. In a striking moment, cameras caught Ancelotti sharing a warm handshake with Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta, two master tacticians exchanging mutual respect. Shortly after, we saw Matheus Cunha and the rest of the Brazilian stars in an organized and high-intensity training session. It was neat, structured, and full of energy. Interestingly, most of the players already play in England, so for many, it was just a short trip from nearby cities to join camp. As the players entered Arsenal's academy training complex, you could see how Ancelotti greeted everyone personally, a true mark of leadership. From Vinicius Junior to Rodrygo, many of his former Real Madrid pupils shared a smile and handshake with their old mentor. It's a reflection of the deep respect Ancelotti commands in every dressing room he steps into. Now, let's get one thing straight. The challenge Ancelotti faces with Brazil is enormous. Since taking charge, he has already called up around 39 different players. That's right, in just 6 matches, he has tested nearly 40 footballers. Brazil won 3 of those games, but the focus has clearly been on experimenting and finding the perfect combination. And this November window might be his last real chance to test new ideas before the March window, the final international break before the World Cup preparation officially begins. So, this is the time for experimentation. Once March arrives, there's no going back. By then, Brazil's core lineup must be ready. That's why we're seeing some fresh names in this squad. For instance, a new left-back from Bahia has been called up after a standout domestic season. A clear sign that Ancelotti values talent from the Brazilian league as well. He's even brought back Vitor Roque, showing that domestic and young players are not being ignored. But of course, it's not easy to balance this incredible talent pool. Take the full-back positions, for example. First choice Van der Sar is unavailable due to injury, forcing Ancelotti to test other options. And then there's the never-ending battle for spots in attack, arguably the most competitive department in world football. João Pedro, Estevao, Richarlison, and Cunha all are fighting for their place. New energy, young blood, and established names are blending together. But who will make the final 11? That's a puzzle only Ancelotti can solve. He probably won't finalize his starting lineup until Brazil's first World Cup match, when the stakes are real and the world is watching. And you know what? That's not unusual. Think back to Argentina in 2022. They lost their opening game to Saudi Arabia, forcing coach Lionel Scaloni to make bold changes. Within one match, he identified what wasn't working and replaced key players. The result? A world title. Enzo Fernandez, for example, didn't start that first match. He came off the bench later, proved his worth, and never left the starting 11 again. Ancelotti might have to make those same brave decisions when the time comes. And that's exactly why this November window is critical. Every player here knows it's their last big audition before the final 26-man World Cup roster. Let's talk about the squad dynamics a bit deeper. Brazil's defensive line is strong. Marquinhos, Eder Militao, Gabriel Magalhaes, all top-level defenders with Champions League experience. That department looks stable. But the fullback and midfield situations are more complicated. For left back, Ancelotti has recalled Alex Sandro, but he's also testing Caio Henrique and the new name, Suizo, the promising young player from Bahia. These selections show that Ancelotti is open to competition. Whoever performs best in this camp might just earn a ticket to the World Cup. In midfield, things get even more interesting. Casemiro remains the experienced anchor, the leader of the midfield for years. But guess what? Fabinho is back in a national team after 3 long years. This recall signals that Ancelotti is not taking anything for granted. He wants depth, experience, and flexibility. Casemiro and Fabinho share similar profiles. Both are defensive-minded, composed, and tactical. Having them both gives Brazil immense balance in the center of the park. Add Bruno Guimaraes and Joelinton to the mix, and Brazil suddenly has one of the most complete midfields heading into 2026. The challenge for Ancelotti will be deciding which combination provides the best rhythm between defense and attack. Because, make no mistake, the midfield will determine Brazil's success in 2026. Think back to France in 2018. N'Golo Kante was the heartbeat of that team. Or Argentina in 2022. Enzo Fernandez became the missing piece that connected everything. That's exactly what Ancelotti is searching for, his version of Enzo or Kante. And now let's turn to Neymar, because no discussion about Brazil is complete without him. Recently, Ancelotti opened up about his plans for the superstar. He made it clear that he doesn't see Neymar as a winger anymore. Given his age and injury history, Ancelotti now prefers Neymar in a central, playmaking role, the classic number 10 position. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. Neymar's vision, creativity, and passing range could redefine Brazil's attacking shape. If he stays fit, he could become the link between midfield and attack, the architect behind every goal. But the big question remains, will Neymar be fit and ready in time for the World Cup? At the moment, his club Santos is struggling. They've assured fans that Neymar will stay even if the team faces relegation, a rare show of loyalty. But for Ancelotti and Brazil, everything depends on Neymar's health and consistency. Because when Neymar is fully fit, there's no player in the world who can replicate what he brings to the pitch. So, as Brazil prepares to face Tunisia and Senegal in this international window, all eyes will be on how Ancelotti experiments, who he starts, who he rests, and who makes a statement. This is the time when reputations are built and World Cup dreams are either made or broken. For players like Richarlison, this window is a golden opportunity to prove that he still belongs. He recently scored in the Premier League, and if he can carry that form into the national team, it could change everything. The same goes for the younger generation. Estevao, Vitor Roque, João Pedro. This is their moment to shine. Brazil has never lacked talent, but finding the right combination of experience and youth is the real test. And if there's anyone in the world capable of managing that balance, it's Carlo Ancelotti. His calm presence, vast experience, and unmatched ability to handle superstar egos make him the perfect man for the job. He has coached at the highest level for decades, won everywhere he's gone, and now he's tasked with guiding the most passionate football nation on earth back to glory. So, can Ancelotti's Brazil finally bring back the World Cup in 2026? Can he unlock the full potential of this golden generation, from Vinicius and Rodrygo to Neymar and Bruno Guimaraes?